MGF Custom / Reviews.
What's going on, guys? This is Michael MGF, and today we're doing another custom LEGO minifigure showcase video. And this time I have my very first Assassin's Creed custom, and this is a Connor Kenway from the most recent installment to the Assassin's Creed franchise of Assassin's Creed 3. And Connor Kenway, he really expresses a lot of heroism, and he's just really humble throughout the entire game. So he's definitely a respectable character, and that made it that much more pleasurable to make him in LEGO. And his outfit is definitely a more complicated one, so it was also very time consuming to make this guy. And you'll notice something about him, that he has all kinds of different three-dimensional aspects to his outfit, such as like the straps and the gauntlet and the belt. They all actually like pop out, they aren't just painted on, so that's really cool. And then his tomahawk, which is actually produced in stainless steel, which is also definitely cool. And of course his exclusive Brick Affliction unreleased hood, which is also very nice, and huge thanks to Andrew, aka Picovam, the founder of Brick Affliction, for that. Once again, I cannot thank him enough for allowing me to get a sample of the hood and finish off my Connor Kenway in the best way possible with an awesome accessory made by him. And yeah, so this figure is completely 100% painted and is not for sale. I mean, with all the third-party components that it takes to make my figures and all the time and effort, it's just a huge, long process to make every one of my figures, and it's not something that I can do multiple times over and over per figure. So I apologize to those of you who'd like to purchase this figure, but unfortunately, I'm only one person with two hands and one schedule, so I do apologize for that. I really do. I wish I could sell figures, but who knows, maybe sometime way down the road. I have no idea, but certainly not now. But anyway, so this is definitely an awesome custom minifigure, and I'm very proud of it. So let's go ahead and move on to the 360 view to so I can explain all the details about him. Alright, so here we go, and right off the bat, you can tell the main factor about this figure that's pretty obvious is the fact that I have a battle damage effect pretty much strung throughout the entire figure. There isn't really a spot on the figure that you won't see wear and tear. And pretty much out of all the battles that this assassin goes through and all, I mean, it's pretty obvious that his outfit is going to be covered in dirt, and that is pretty obvious in the actual game. He does have quite a bit of dirt and whatever else on his outfit. And originally I didn't want to put a battle damage effect on this figure. I attempted it once before, I didn't like it, so I kept it off. But then I took a few looks back at the renders of the character, and I was like, it's kind of a necessity to have a battle damage effect on him. So I went ahead and put it back on, took a second shot at it, and it looks fine. I think it looks great. And yeah, so that definitely, without that, I don't think this figure would be what it is. And you can see that something else that's really cool about this figure is all, like I said, mentioned before, the three-dimensional aspects with the gauntlet and straps. And you can see that the actual gauntlet is actually made out of shipping labels, as are the straps. And pretty much, I cut out the shipping labels, you know, to the proper size of the LEGO torso and arm components, and pretty much glued them on, painted them, and I think they turned out great. They may be labels, but I mean, that might sound funky, but I mean, hey, it served its purpose, and I think it turns out great. And you can see that right here, if I go ahead and remove the hood just real quick, no, stay on the base. Just remove the hood real quick. You can see that the straps on his torso are also three-dimensional, and they pop out because I use the shipping labels. And you can see, even though they're shipping labels, they turned out really nice. And yeah, so then moving on, you can see that the exposed skin right there does actually have the necklace on it, which is very cool. And you can see the face right there as well, which is also custom painted. I think it probably looks pretty close to Connor. I mean, there's only so much you can do in terms of faces with LEGO figures, but I definitely think it looks just like Connor. And you can see right there that his tomahawk is actually made out of stainless steel. And if you guys are familiar with a really old YouTuber that was around the time that I started, he's actually been around longer than I have, Inglis93, he actually designed this, put it up on his Shapeways, and I saw Picovam, Andrew, use it on his Connor Kenway, and I decided why not use it on mine, because it's definitely probably the best tomahawk you're going to be able to get, because you can get it made in stainless steel by Shapeways, which is what I did here, and I painted some of it obviously just so it looks more accurate to a real tomahawk, the real tomahawk that he uses, but the areas that I didn't paint look fantastic and very realistic. And you can see real quick inside of the amazing Brick Affliction hood, I have some areas of it painted in blue, and obviously the gray area in there you won't be able to see once I have put the head or the hood on the figure. So you can see the blue that shines through right there, just looks really nice. And yeah, so then the belt is also using the shipping labels, and pretty much what that is I have the I have one here and then another label overlapping it to pretty much mimic that of the I guess you could say the scarf that's wrapped around his waist. There's probably a better term I could use for that, and I'm probably going to be corrected in the comments. But yeah, anyway, so you can see that it turned out very nice, and I'm pretty happy with the result there, and it is outlined right there if you can see that. And yeah, and then you have details on the belt right there, and then his boots are pretty much weathered down in a gray color, a tan dirt color, pretty much just anything I thought would be necessary to make his legs just pretty much have the same effect as the rest of the figure. And you can see that there is in fact battle damage right here on the blue as well. And then his waist cape is actually a ARC Trooper waist cape, a Lego Clone Wars ARC Trooper waist cape that I modified a little bit, painted out of the battle damage effect to make it look just like Connor Kenway's waist cape. And Connor Kenway, I mean, it's kind of like a jacket that he wears, but that would have been pretty hard to do, and perhaps a version 2. And yeah, and you can see that his hands, or his gloves, have the exposed fingers right there, which are painted on. I'll probably get a Lego Lone Ranger Tonto minifigure, but unfortunately those sets have been released at Walmart's, and there's a street date on them just like the Iron Man 3 sets, and I can't actually get those sets. But anyway, that's not the point. You can see that the hood, which was generously given to me by Andrew Picovam, and I really want to clarify that the hood is not a official Brick Affliction production item yet. This was actually a sample of what will eventually be the final product that he sent to me after seeing the preview I've posted on Flickr. So huge thanks to Andrew. I can't thank him enough, because without that, this figure would not have come full sale. And you can see the the eagle right there, which was sculpted on by Andrew, and you can see that it turned out really nice. And I painted that on, pretty much highlighted it in gray. It was originally black, but I realized, it's not really black in the game, so I decided to go over that with gray, and definitely looks much better. And you can see the lines throughout the hood as well. Those look very nice and are accurate. And you can see that there is the same exact battle damage effect all over the hood, and pretty much all over the figure. And just to give you a look, you can see the buttoning right here on the torso and the lines next to it. Those came out pretty neat, and I'm definitely fond of those. And yeah, then lastly, his quiver. And really quick, the straps underneath, like right behind the quiver, those are there as well. Those are in fact made with the same shipping labels as the gauntlet and straps on the front. And you can see that the quiver is very cool, but just like the straps in the gauntlet, it is also made out of all-purpose labels, and it's kind of funny how I was able to use them to my advantage, because really they definitely worked, and I'm really happy with the way I used them. And you can see pretty much, if you guys like sometimes like fold up tape, maybe you like fold it up in like a circular cylinder shape, if you like do that in school, anywhere really. It's pretty much the same thing I did with the labels, and so I had holes on both sides of the circular shape that I got. I cannot talk today, can I? And I pretty much put clay on the bottom of it, and then sealed everything over before painting on all of the details on the quiver. And definitely, if I used a basic Lego quiver, this would have not looked accurate and not as good as it does. But I did take the top off a official Lego quiver and glue that in there and paint that as well. So, other than that, there's not much else to my Lego Assassin's Creed 3 Connor Kenway. I've pretty much gone over all the details of it, and I am very proud of it, and I hope you guys are too. Leave me your opinion in the comments section below. But, yeah, so there he is, my first official, highly requested Lego Assassin's Creed custom minifigure. One thing I kind of left out is that he does actually have a hairpiece that I painted for him, and that's actually a Will Turner hairpiece from Pirates of the Caribbean. At least that's when the hairpiece was introduced. It's also been used on figures like Padme, and I'm sure other ones that I can't name off the top of my head. But yeah, it's pretty much one of those hairpieces that I painted in black and then painted on the red ponytail. And you can see that it definitely looks just like Connor's hair. and I'm pretty happy with it. So now that's it for my first ever LEGO Assassin's Creed 3 custom minifigure. So, what do I call you? Right on Hakadun. No, seriously.
They call me Prophet.
So that's about it for my first ever Assassin's Creed custom Connor Kenway, and definitely a highly requested theme for me was to make Assassin's Creed minifigures, and I decided to finally stop ignoring them. I never really did ignore them, I just really considered them, and you know, I got into the story of Assassin's Creed 3, really enjoyed it, and made Mr. Kenway here. And of course, with the help of Andrew Picovam, again, huge thanks to him. And just to clarify once again, the hood is not an official Brick Affliction production item. It is not available yet. He saw my preview photo on Flickr before I finished Connor Kenway here, and sent me a sample in the mail just out of his pure generosity. So huge thanks to him. But yeah, so that's about it, guys, for this showcase, and if you enjoyed and if you were inspired, be sure to leave this video a like, as it does go a long way, and will definitely help toward possibly seeing more Assassin's Creed customs in the future. Perhaps Edward Kenway, hint hint. Anyway, alright guys, that's about it, and I'll see you later. Alright, bye! How do I do? I can't even pronounce it.